welcome to a new retro game hunt in Predator Games over on the outskirts of Leeds in the UK. If you're not in the UK, you want to know where Leeds is, it is right here on the map. This was a hidden gem shop that we dropped on as we were Googling where we could go in Leeds in terms of video game shopping, and this cropped up, so it's a nice little gem. You're going to hear voiceover and some native audio of our delightful conversations, and we actually visit Game Changer, which is a market stall later in this video, so we drop on an absolute banger with a NES bundle, so stay tuned, subscribe, get your socks on because it's freezing outside, and enjoy this episode. Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I did.
Is this an alphabetical order?
Yes. This is my dream show.
So, there we go. Now, having just moved house, I've realised the value of alphabetizing your video game library, and shout out to Sarah, who obviously did mine. I love going in stores and seeing everything really well displayed and alphabetized, just like it was in here. So, great start so far. I've Notepad. Yes, it's all in alphabetical order.
It's amazing, I know.
It's easy to,
It's really
you know.
nice and neat.
Micro machines on the GameCube. Why have I never come across this?
On GameCube.
Yeah.
Do you not have
Maybe
it?
I have. That does look familiar now. That looks familiar. That's some really good stuff in.
Yeah.
Oh, Smuggler's Run, that's what I just got. Resi's Evil Zero, Prince of Persia. Got that. Oh, I've got some Pokemon Moon. Got that. Ooh. Oh, I really like this. That's cool. Are you Roy?
Yes.
Yes. Do you own this shop?
No, I'm just the manager.
That's cool.
My old boss got me it. Apparently that's the guy who...
John Romero, yeah. You,
Yeah.
just the guy who created it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I want that.
Wow, it's so cool though. Now, just how cool is that? A little Doom pixelated canvas with the classic original artwork signed by the man himself, John Romero. Had it not have said to Roy, I would have asked if I could have purchased it because I think it looked really cool, and I think it would I'd just love to meet John Romero in person. I would love to get some stuff signed by John Romero. That would be a real dream come true for this gamer girl right here. But if you've got anything signed by John Romero, what have you got, and when did you manage to meet him? That
titles that you don't have.
no doubt there is. No, I don't actually have that
You don't
either.
have that.
Manual included. Oh my god, there's some good stuff. Yeah, I think I've got that. Yeah, I think so. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Do you know I don't have like FIFA 96 either, which is so random. Not that I would want.
That's the first one that I looked at and I thought, she doesn't have that.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, Vita. Oh, you got to unbox Mega Drive.
Yeah, I've had a look. There's not.
Is there any that you're looking for?
No pet.
Are you sure?
Pet.
If you're looking for and I ain't got it, if you let me know, I can have a search for you as well.
Okay, thank you. Can't look at that. The NES edition of that. Got that. Now, there was a Sega Saturn game that I saw in here called Trash It, and it was priced at 25 quid. And I'd never seen it before until I did the Birmingham Retro Game Market a couple of weeks ago. And I mentioned a stall in that episode that tends to have ridiculously inflated prices. And a lot of you guys agreed. If you haven't seen that episode, it will be linked in the cards. But in here, it was 25. And on that gaming market, on that particular stall, it was priced at 50 quid. And I just could not help but think as I was going around this store, thinking like, you know, retro game stores are so much cheaper than the retro game markets. And I just don't understand why people inflate the prices so much. It's kind of just baffles me. I didn't end up buying it. I actually looked at some gameplay when I was at the retro gaming market because I was tempted and I was going to shell out 50 quid for it. I'm so glad I didn't, because 25 quid, if it was a decent game, I probably would have picked it up for 25 quid. I am looking to expand my Sega Saturn library beyond the normal titles. So a game like Trash It's, you know, you don't see it around that often, you know, 25 quid, not too bad. Just didn't like the look of the gameplay then. But maybe I overjudged it, perhaps. Maybe it is a really good game and I should have picked it up for 25 quid. I'm sure somebody will tell me off and put me to rights in the comment section. Now we got some lovely stuff in the glass cabinets as well. We've got some nice Sonic 3, Rainbow Island, some Bare Knuckle, which is the Japanese version of Streets of Rage. I was all going to say Street Fighter then. Got some really cool stuff as well, and if you've not already seen it, there was some freaking real Amiga CD32 games in the wild, and I've just done an episode on the Amiga CD32, so that was really nice to see on this hunt. Loon Soldier, Road Rash. Yeah. Now, what if any?
I bet that's not a bad one to play on PS1 either.
No. Oh yes, Sarah Connor, that is wicked. And the Terminator exoskeleton. Oh my god, I literally spoke about that yesterday. Degeneration on a video. Shit.
What?
This is so expensive.
Oh, and for Jaguar.
Yeah. I think have I got it? No way. Oh, I do love a good scour in a game cabinet. Anything that is behind glass, you know, holds its value. So my mentality, right, is I love just to gravitate over to the games and the consoles that are in the glass. And there were some good ones in here, and I don't actually think the prices were that bad, to be fair, and they had a good range. So I do love going in, again, retro game stores that just stem beyond your basic, you know, your basic Sega Saturn range or your basic Mega Drive games. This store did seem to have quite a bit, and I dare say now I've done this tour, as with all of my retro game tours, a lot of you guys do go into these shops as a result of seeing these episodes. So it's cool because together we are supporting local businesses, together we are keeping our hobby alive, we're keeping, you know, money flowing through the tills, and I really feel proud of that, to be able to do these as episodes on the channel and you know, just spread the word, because until recently I'd never heard of this. So if I've never heard of it, perhaps you've never heard of it. And check it out on the unboxed stuff. Some NTSC Super Nintendo. Now, granted, I didn't purchase any unboxed stuff today. There's a couple of unboxed Mega Drive games that I have empty boxes for that I'm looking for, but they weren't in here, so I did pass up on the unboxed fronts. But I love, again, seeing like multi-region games. It's really cool. Now, at this point, I was saying to Sarah, who has just purchased a Switch, why don't you have a little look at some of the cases and see if there's anything you want to buy? And you can hear my dog in the background because Sarah's just arrived.
I think I'm going to take it anywhere though.
No, definitely not. Shining Pearl. Yeah, I can't wait for these to come out. And Brilliant Diamond. Oh, you've got that so good.
Leave the Resident Evils up here.
There you go, it's there.
Why was I looking down here?
So far, so good. Sarah managed to find Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 4. We got some amiibos there. And just off to the right-hand side, just out of shot, you saw some Xbox One games. Now, we're going to have a discussion here because I've got another retro game hunt coming up. And when I was in the, this is a completely different day, I was having a chat with the owner, Elric, of Retro Hub, and he was saying that he really does struggle to shift Xbox One games because of Game Pass. Now, I much prefer physical over digital, but I do have a Game Pass membership. And that's because the Xbox is not my primary console. I don't care about collecting for Xbox One at all. I'm happy with my Game Pass. So he actually said he'd stop taking Xbox games in, and I wondered what you guys actually thought about that. Does Game Pass ruin stores like this just because there's a surplus of Xbox One games, or is it worth kind of investing in them? Will they bounce back? Me personally, I don't think they'll bounce back. I think Game Pass is here to stay, and I think it definitely has its advantages and disadvantages, but I think it's just, I do feel quite sad when I walk into any game store, whether it's retro or high street, and you just see so many Xbox One games. Me, I don't care for them. But back to the good stuff, we got some really nice Game Boy Color stuff in here. We've got some Switch, some Pokemon titles. I'm surprised the Pokemon titles were behind the glass actually, as they're quite common. Got a ZX Spectrum, Dreamcast, and loads more. And I think for me, the kind of back of the shop here really did shine for its kind of rarity and more expensive games, including some Terminator figures. So if Reese is watching this, I'm sure he'll clap eyes on it. If you do see it, Reese, I want you to say in the chat, rather in the comments, I love Sarah Connor. That is what you need to say, Reese, because then I'll know you've seen it. If not, then hey ho. But you need to check it out because it's pretty close to your good self as well.
I've played them all on PS5. I'm quite new to gaming.
Dino Crisis 3.
I got my PS5 in March, and before that, I was probably on PS4 for a couple of months. I can't see it on myself. She's a massive gamer. She got me into it. So yeah, I suppose I'm playing catch up a little bit. So I've got all the PS4 library to go at. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. So I've played catch up quite hard. But prior to that, it was like.
So we got some Sega love now with, of course, the Sega Mega Drive games. There were a couple of Sega Genesis games bundled in. And then my beloved Super Nintendo, which I may have already shown earlier in this episode, but I always go back. You might think, I've seen this section, Gemma. Why are you showing it again? That's because I'm an idiot and I just go all over the place when I go game shopping. There's no rhyme or reason. What you see is what you get. And I tend to give you everything in an episode that is kind of, it's all in order basically. So this is me kind of going back. Do I want Toy Story? Do I not? And I've accumulated quite a few new games actually. We've got some new Switch games coming in the next pickups video. We've got a SNES. There's quite a nice variation of games that I'm going to be showing you guys, and then I'm obviously going to be putting them back into the shelves, which again are all alphabetized in the lady lounge. So there's a lot of work to do. Now I've got some GameCube stuff here, and did you clock the pink PS2 on the bottom shelf? I think that was a little bit steep, to be fair. I think it was either 85 or 95 quid. I have seen them on Facebook Marketplace going for a lot less, and I do need to replace mine still because it did fall off a shelf amidst the move. So massive thumbs down, gutted about that. I did want it as one of my primary slims, but unfortunately I need to replace it. Now, some good GBA stuff, good Game Boy Color, and some original Game Boy right at the back shelf, along with Vita. This, I actually nearly missed all this. It wasn't overly well kind of jumpy outy in your face, but nonetheless I managed to clock it. Now, I've got the 3D dioramas here for Castlevania. Have you got, guys, let me just kind of pause it there, Castlevania talk. Have you got Castlevania The Advanced Collection? I did a really good review on it. It was a sponsored video but with Konami, but again, I'll link it in the comments, and I'll link it in the card section if you want to check it out. Now, before we dive over to the next store, which is a market in Leeds, It's called Game Changer. Got last few bits here, and if you follow Predator Games over on their socials, you'll see Sarah's holding Yoshi here. It's this particular Yoshi that is the mascot in all of their social medias posts, so that's really, really cool. But yeah, we'll head over to Game Changer right now. Here it is. Oh, it's in alphabetical order. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Mate, look, I've got that. That's so good. That's bloody brilliant. Oh, they got original Xbox in as well. That's fantastic. Let's have a look. Oh,
Special edition on the Facebook.
did ya?
Yeah.
Mate. What? How much was that going for?
It was. I don't know, but it wasn't.
Oh, lemmings. Virtual pool. Papa don't preach. Modern. Oh god. Da-da. Is it just extra spine, isn't it? Yeah. Any PS2 you want? Hey, Silent Hill for the Room, that's a good game. Really good game that is. Some good stuff. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, I've got what I wanted.
You're getting it? That's some quid, dude. I don't know if I've got... See, I'm a bit thingy with NES because I don't really collect for NES like that much. It's more like SNES stuff. Dracula 2, I've got that. I think that's the 2-disc of that one.
Have you got that?
I think I've got this. I think so. I want to say.
Yeah, that is 2 discs. The fact that you're saying it's got 2 discs.
Yeah.
You got it.
I got that. Have I got that?
It does look familiar.
Does it?
But you can't quote me because you've got so many. I can't remember.
What consoles have you got?
Oh mate, I've got everything. Like. So we've done a couple of places today. Let me know, of course, what you think. And we're just finishing off with PlayStation 3. I considered Quake Wars. I've been on a bit of a Quake binge. Thank you to Game Pass for whacking Quake on there. I will say it's ridiculously difficult. Playing through Quake versus playing through Doom is night and day in terms of difficulty for me. So I've been kind of like Quake's been on the radar. Now you might as well think that right there, pick that up. Super Street Fighter 4 sealed. No, it's not. They're reseals. So just be mindful if you do go to this stall, which is on Leeds Market, Game Changer. Don't think that any of this is sealed because it is resealed. It's quite a good resale, to be fair. But we've got a little bit of bonus footage in the Lego store now, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.